And finally, before I go, I want to tell you a story that's not at all related to AI, but it's really about transformation and growth. When I turned 29, I got my PhD on my 29th birthday, and I did what every new PhD does, which is I went to Vegas and I threw a big party for myself. So this is me, I'm sad to say. And I woke up the next morning and I had a splitting headache and my mouth tasted like cigarettes and I felt terrible. And I realized that I was in terrible shape. I'm actually naturally a pretty thin guy, but I felt terrible and I basically couldn't do, I would get winded going up flights of stairs. And so I said, listen, it's time to change this. It's time to get this part of my life handled. And so I went into the hotel gym and I put a barbell on my back and I did like 10 squats and I fell apart and I just got gassed and I put the bar down. But I decided then and there that I was going to spend 5 days a week in the gym without exception. And so I started working out and I actually got pretty strong. So this is me at the gym a few years later. I think I was up to like 200. I could lift some heavy weight, but I still wasn't fit. I remember going upstairs. I lived in San Francisco at the time, and I'd walk up hills and I'd get gassed just walking up hills in San Francisco. And so at that point I was like, okay, how do I transform myself? How do I get myself into the shape that I want to be in? And the answer was I found a trainer, I found a nutritionist, and I found a CrossFit gym. And so I started listening to professionals and working with coaches and mentors, and this is me. I got really into CrossFit. This is me doing CrossFit, which I love, by the way. I was doing it, earlier this morning, and then here's the result. And the point is not to show shirtless selfies of myself in front of an audience, right? But to say, I've now gotten into really good shape. I'm stronger than I've ever been. I'm faster than I've ever been. I can do all sorts of crazy gymnastic movements. And the point is this. All of us know that any sort of change, individual or organizational, is really hard. Right? Humans are very reluctant to change habits and routines. But the key to making changes is taking action, being consistent, and finding mentors. So with that, I want to thank you for your time.